Leeds United versus Manchester City. Who
Wow.
you got?
Wow. That's going to be a tough one to unpack, I reckon. I mean, so far this season, watching the two teams, who would you say has been the more impressive team? You'd probably say Leeds. You've got one team that's come in with little to no expectation, and that's pretty much overperformed compared to another team, which has got the expectation to win, who's underperformed.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a really important game for Man City. I mean, you can't drop two games chasing Liverpool the way Liverpool played last season. So you can't give them that much of a head start straight away because I mean they're just going to thrive off that confidence and they're just going to take advantage of it. So I think Leeds have been playing really well. Both these teams have the capacity to play attacking, fast-paced, free-flowing football.
It's going to be a
Leeds
very open game.
Leeds can score, and we've seen Man City have been very, very shaky in defence. But at the same time, they have the firepower to score because Leeds have also been shaky in defence. So I'm expecting a fair few goals in this one. I'm probably leaning towards a draw, a 2-2 draw. But yeah, it's hard to split this one.
Yeah, no, look, it's going to be a very open game. I think there will be a lot of goals. To be honest, I think Leeds are actually better probably defensively. Obviously, Ruben Diaz has just signed, as we did the preview show, signed for 62 million for Manchester City. These two coaches know each other very well. Pep Guardiola has big praise for Beisla. I forgot how to say his name.
But just take a moment and think of what you said. You said that Leeds United could be better defensively than Man City.
I don't rate Manchester City as much as I used to. And the bigger
that's saying
question
something.
it is, especially if you want to chase Liverpool, but not even just chase Liverpool, chase the other teams, because there are the teams that are like, for example, the other match of the round between United and Spurs. Jose Mourinho has always been a great defensive coach. It doesn't matter who he's got in defense; they always perform.
Wait.
Sorry,
I thought you paused that download.
In saying that, though, he's always performed with whoever in defense. But the bigger question will be is if Manchester United lose this game, where does that keep Pep Guardiola? Because then that means that they've got 1 win, 2 losses. And let's be honest, the first game of the season, they did not play well against Wolves at all.
They just did enough. And Wolves haven't been travelling well at all.
Yeah, and Wolves aren't performing well at all, completely. So what does that mean for Pep Guardiola? The other thing is that I see Leeds needing to get to, that 30, 40 point mark very quickly.
Yeah.
Because over the years they die off very, very quickly towards the end of the season. They lose a bit of steam because of that, high intensity football. They're prone with injuries. That's just from my research from the documentaries and what I've seen. But this is two coaches that, have an open style of football. I don't see Leeds United parking the bus here. I think they're going to come out exactly like Liverpool. I would not expect it to not be a 4-3, 5-3, 4-all, 5-all type of game because of how the teams are. To be honest, the only part in both teams' defense, Leeds are a bit stronger. They've been together a lot longer. The goalkeepers are the only suitable players out of that, say, defensive lineup. Even the whole team are the only ones that you would go, okay, well, it's going to be a battle of the goalkeepers. But, Dan, I want to ask you, what does it mean for Pep Guardiola if he loses this game?
Nothing good, I can tell you that much. The pressure's going to be well and truly on him to start delivering results. I mean, especially since how they played last year as well. I
They
think he's
lost
got
9
what
Premier
one
League
more.
games.
He's got one more year on his deal. I'm
This is
pretty
his
sure.
last year.
Oh, this is last year. Okay, so who knows? Who knows? Maybe he might not even see out the rest of his deal. What I was gonna say is, so we compared Pep with Klopp um, on the show a few days ago.
Yeah.
Let's compare these two managers. So if you have Pep in charge of Leeds United, how do they go? If you have Leeds as coach in charge of City, who's to say he can't replicate the same results as Pep has gone? And that's not to disrespect him. That's just to say how well he's been going so far this season.
Yeah.
You can get someone earning so much less than him to do the job he's doing at the moment. So he's got to prove that he's still got it. And we'll see if he does, won't we, Sonny?
Well, this is the thing, and I was just looking it up. Like Marcelo Beisla, I can't say his name properly. I don't know
That's
why I
why
can't say it.
I didn't even try. That's why.
I was saying it well before.
We
Beisla,
we need a nickname for him.
Beisla. Just call him Marcelo, right? Um,
Marcelo.
the Pep Guardiola. There was an article that Pep Guardiola became obsessed with Marcelo Beisla back in 2006, and apparently at a barbecue.
Ooh, they hit it off.
I remember he's apparently when he was working for Atletico Bilbao, Bisaya had a book, was like this big, on Pep Guardiola's team tactics and
Okay.
Barcelona and how they played and this and that, and he handed it over to Pep, and Pep was like, I didn't even know this. Like, he found things in it that, so he's a tactician. And to answer your question, if Marcelo was in charge of Man City versus Pep in charge of, say, Leeds United, which obviously we know he'll never go to a championship team and bring him up because he doesn't do development,
We
which
don't do
I
that
think is the problem with Pep. So, okay, say, for example, where do you go after this? Juventus? That's it.
Well, or
That's it.
PSG.
I don't see him going to PSG because the league isn't good enough. You know, the German league is a much better league than the French league. The Spanish league is better than the French league. You know, there's teams there that you can actually get developed through academy play. PSG is not if you're a coach, you don't go there. Come on, you know Emery was the coach of PSG.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
sorry. Pardon?
good evening. Good
Good
evening.
evening. Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening, everybody. But this is where I think if I'm Pep Guardiola, you know, I think the next step for him is to be able to take a club and a team from like a West Ham and bring him back like a road to glory. Because I personally think Pep Guardiola has stunted his growth as a coach. And if it was,
that's
yeah,
no. That's a fair point because if that's the way he's been handling it. Like it's gotten to the point where he needs a new challenge, a different challenge. I mean, you see Carlo Ancelotti. I mean, he humbled himself to some extent. He went from Milan, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Bayern, Napoli, and now Everton. So he wants a new challenge, and so far he's doing well with it. So what I mean,
I just don't see Pep Guardiola evolving as a coach. I don't see the. I won't look. I won't discredit him. He
no, you
is
did.
arguably the
No,
best, one of the best coaches of all time. But at the same time, six
it's the
hundred million.
only. It's the only thing lacking in his career that he hasn't done.
Well, it's not even that. Let's just be honest. He hasn't been to the Champions League in 11 years. So what does Man City do this year? Do they just fight for top four, make sure they stay alive for top four, and just go full at it for the Champions League? I mean, you don't buy a Ruben Diaz type of player to play in the Premier League because people will outplay him, to be honest. He's a fantastic talent. That's not saying that he wouldn't be. Laporte is still a fantastic player, and he came from Athletic Bilbao from a Spanish league, a top 6 in La Liga. And to come across, Ruben Diaz is a good player, but so was Mangala, so was Otamendi, so was this player. They gave up Otamendi for Ruben Diaz. I just don't know what's happening, and I think there's more that's going on at Man City than meets the eye. I truly do not know what's happening with Man City. If this was the start of last year, I'll be going, oh, Ruben Diaz, that's a big signing. Jesus, oh no. But now I'm like, yeah, but they're not, like, their coach isn't consistent. Their coach doesn't look like they even want to win. Like,
Well,
I don't know. I don't know what's happening there. I don't know. It's too much for the players. I don't know.
to go on your point about Man City potentially focusing on just staying top 4 and focusing on the Champions League. If that's the case, do you think Pep Guardiola even survives until the later stages of the Champions League? Because if you're putting all your eggs on Champions League success, what happens if they don't progress out of the group stage or get knocked out straight after the group stage? Then you're too late to come back to the Premier League, and you're cooked for the Champions League. So it's pretty much just a wasted season anyway. So I don't know.
I think for me, and I was thinking about it before, I think for the Premier League, Man City hold on to Pep Guardiola for the 4 years because the Premier League is still growing. For the Premier League to get better, because I just don't see him anywhere else other than Juventus. And let's be honest, if Ronaldo's there next year, I don't see Pep Guardiola even going there. Ronaldo's not his type of player.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
I don't see that happening. Maybe an Inter Milan or Roma or somewhere where there's going to be a big financial backing, but that's why he's at Man City. If I think that, like I was saying before, the question is it Champions League or bust for them already? And we're only 4 games into the season, and people think that if I've never seen so many people confident after 3 games for Liverpool to win the league and don't even care they completely discredit Manchester City.
See, that's just not discrediting Manchester City. That's just discrediting the rest of the league as well. I mean, the other teams that are meant to be competing. Out of the potential teams finish top 6 or 7, who can you say has played any kind of convincing football? No one.
But defensively,
Everton. We're still waiting. We're still waiting for them to slip up. I mean, with a team like Everton, we need to see how they're going to handle defeat or any kind of adversity. It's all well and good while you're on a high, you're flying, everyone's playing well, but they need to see how they can handle that.
And don't forget, when they played the first game of the season, Tottenham weren't playing very well, and they only beat them 1-0. So they then come up against. Well, first of all, they got lucky against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is a hard team to play against. The big derby's in a couple of weeks, which could be a potential, top of the table clash. Everton have Brighton this weekend, and we know Brighton can play very well, open football again. What Potter's done over there for Brighton's unbelievable, but I just don't. I'm always scared of City, but this year I'm more scared of Everton, only because they look like more of a cohesive unit than what Manchester City does. Now, you're bringing in a 60 million defender from Benfica, not discrediting again. The coach or the president of Benfica even said to Ruben Diaz, he's like, you're leaving a bigger club for just a club that's just bigger financially, because Man City isn't a bigger club than Benfica. They haven't won as many things, but he's going to have to get used to the system. Pep likes to buy defenders that can play the ball, right?
Yeah.
But can you buy a defender that doesn't cost you a penalty every fucking weekend or commands his defense? Or I like I said last time, where's the leader in there? If Pep's not the leader, who's the leader? You know,
There's
you
no
lose David Silva, you lose company, you lose these people in the locker room that make a difference. You know,
yeah.
that's why you're not winning in the Champions League, because you don't have balls in the locker room. You don't have someone that's going to stand up for everything else. But we'll see what happens. Have you got any other thoughts yourself?
No, I was just waiting to hear your thoughts on a potential prediction, Coach Sutton.
I am going. I think Man City will bounce back, and I think this will be a big, big test for Leicester. For Leeds. We saw Leeds 3-3 against Liverpool.
Yeah,
I think it will be a 2-2 draw.
mate. Stop copying my prediction.
Oh, you took 2-2. Well, I'm going to take 3-3.
All right, all right, all right. Done.
I
We'll
don't
see.
see it any. I don't. Yeah, I don't see 1-1. I wouldn't be surprised. Like City are going to have a rocket up their butt, but Leeds are going to come in with a swagger and say, we can take you like we took on Liverpool. We're not scared of you. And I think when a team like Leeds or Leicester or Liverpool or Everton or even Spurs, if you go in against Man City like that, like you don't care who they are, I think no one's scared of them anymore because they lost 9 games last season.
No.
So everyone's like, well, you're not as dominant as you think you are. Like, we saw Liverpool 3-4 years ago, we were scared of them. We're not scared of you anymore. So,
Not at
yeah. So
all.
what do you think? 2-2? 3-3?
2-2.
4?
2-2. No, 2-2. Hard to
Figure.
split them. Yeah.
Can't split it. Yeah, fair enough.